So I'm going to lay it down. I already pre-marked my finger and my thumb. So what I'm going to do is just get the sharpening. Doesn't that sound lovely? And usually I say anywhere from 15 to 20 passes, just to really break that metal down. And you also have to make sure you're getting that tip. So you're raising that elbow, that left elbow a little bit, so that you can get the tip involved at that same 17-degree angle or close to it. It's really good if you can get it to where it's all one motion, a really clean sweep, as I would call it, one good clean sweep. I can't really do that too well, so sometimes I'll spend some time on one area, and that's okay too. All right, so we're going to switch it up, and I'm going to throw caution to the wind, and I'm going to go this way. This is what's more natural to me right now. So here we go. And as you've seen in other videos, you really should lock your wrist out, the right wrist and the left one. I'm not dragging it on the stone. I can't emphasize that enough, because we don't want scrapes on our thumbs for no reason. I did do that my first time on a whetstone, not thinking that the whetstone was an abrasive, and next thing you know, I have carpet burn on my thumb. All jokes aside, let's take a look at this. Okay, so we already have a good burr on this left side of the blade. As you guys can see there, I might have to, oh, yep, you can really see it on this right side of the blade. And that's exactly what you want to see. You want to see that burr, and now you want to try to caress it off of that blade. And so I'm going to switch over there to the 325, and we're going to do the exact same process. And we're going to start on that right side of the blade because I want to start going ahead and caressing that burr off of that edge. So we're going to keep on working that blade. And this should be a lot smoother now because we're going up 200 grit, at least 200, yeah, 200 grit here, almost 200 grit. Don't judge me for my math skills, guys. They're not great. I'm just hoping that my sharpening skills are better. And I also want to get it very even. I don't want to just get like some parts of this knife sharp or like even a mostly sharp knife. I'm not aiming for either of those things. I am aiming for a smooth, contoured apex to the bevel of this blade. I want it to be very smooth, so smooth that it can actually cut paper. So yeah, I got the bevel coming off on that side, so now I'm just going to repeat the process on the other side. Got to move this over a little bit. I don't have a huge desk right now. I'm just kind of using my bookshelf, but you'd be very surprised, or maybe you wouldn't be, at a little bit of resolve and some ingenuity, and you can make anything purposeful. So yeah, that's what I'm working with here. I'm feeling a lot more confident with the blade nowadays. The free-handed angle and just actually holding it, it just feels more natural than it once did. So I'm hoping, you know, with more practice on top of what I already have, I'm hoping that I can get my ideal blade outcome. But I understand I got to work at it. It's not something that can just, you know, happen overnight. Just good technique, really good technique. And you got to remember, guys, this is the course 325. So this is where some people start to reshape their knives. I just wanted to make sure that I was going to get a burr and really restart the sharpening of this knife. I wanted everything to work out for this knife. And so, yeah, let's just see how it works out. Just taking a few more passes here back and forth, just to clean things up. I am going to get this out of the way and just go back and forth for a second. Sometimes I swear I can feel the edge break. And I know that's not what is happening. It's just the brittleness to this grindstone. Sometimes you go over a brittle diamond and it crackles and makes it feel like that, but that is not what's happening, I can assure you. Woo! Guys, I am fine. Just slipped under the blade for a second there. That's another thing. Don't hold it too far down on the front of the blade. Most people don't have that problem, but apparently I do. Especially when I'm finishing a blade. Really trying to get the tip end, because that's one of the most important parts of the blade. It's one of the finer cutting surfaces. I don't know. I feel like when you cut paper, that is part of the knife that is going to go through that piece of paper or whatever it is that you're cutting. I do believe that. I have a tendency to run that index finger right over that that edge, and even though it softly, very softly sits there, it will get taken under like it did a while ago if you're not careful. All right, let's just see what we have here. Wipe this down just for a bit. It actually looks pretty good. There's a little spot on the tip there that didn't really get hit. Guys, what I'm looking for is a scratch pattern. I'm looking for that scratch pattern to go all the way down from the top of that bevel to the edge, the apex of that bevel. And from what I'm seeing here, this side, I've done a really good job of, except for the tip. And then this side is going to need quite a bit more. Actually, no. Okay. So it looks like right here, I'm going to have to do a little bit more, and even on the very base of it needs a little bit more. So I'm going to take it back to that 325. I'm not very far gone from that 325. So we're just going to try to hit those high spots. You want to be careful here not to pound it, trying to get it really fast. You got to be patient here and let the grindstone do the work. You're like, he's telling me he's got scratches all up and down the sides of his blade. Yeah, and honestly, what you see right now on the sides of the blade, if you see any scratching, is from one or two miss strokes. So it's not necessarily because I do it all the time. It just doesn't take much to scratch the side of that nice silver metal. But I do like the S45vn overall. I don't have a problem with it whatsoever. It cuts really well. and it maintains an edge really well, even if the edge is not optimal like what I've been trying to achieve as of lately. It does hold an edge, and it's a daily go-to for me. I do have this knife in my pocket more than I have other knives in my pocket so far. And let me disclaimer all this by saying that I just got into this probably maybe 3 months ago, I'd say at the most. It hasn't been very long, maybe less. So this is just a new venue of hopefully fun. Okay, that's looking a whole lot better, gang. I'm gonna give this a A plus for now, because every spot that I was looking at earlier has actually been hit now. Maybe that one little spot there on the edge, and I really can't get it without getting the whole knife involved. So I might not do too much there, but I can do a little scrapage, just to say I did. Okay, all right, looking better. Now we're gonna go ahead and flip over. We'll be right back, guys. I'm going to let you guys take a break, and when we come back, I'm going to go ahead and get started with a probably 800 grit, and then maybe even move up to a 1200 grit. And I am definitely going to strop this blade, because that's where I have found all the magic happens for really sharp knives. So thanks for tuning in. Be back in a bit.